Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Mistress of Ceremonies, Laura Simon from Fox 2 News.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Making sure this microphone's on. It is. That's always a good start, right? Thank you so much for having me, and good afternoon. Welcome here to the 2025 Mayor Celebration of Businesses, powered by SLDC Luncheon with Mayor Cara Spencer and the St. Louis Development Corporation, the annual celebration of the businesses, organizations, and people who played major roles over the past year in the city's continued growth and development. From the Union Station Aquarium to the Foundry and the St. Louis City SC soccer team, as well as North City, there will always be new things to do in the city. We're excited about the city and hope that you'll leave today feeling just as excited as we are. At this time, we would like to thank our sponsors. Today's event would not be possible without the support of the St. Louis business community. For the invocation, please welcome to the stage Pastor Mark Lovato of Faith Church St. Louis.
Good afternoon, everybody. As mentioned, my name is Pastor Mark Lovato, and I am a pastor with Faith Church St. Louis under the leadership of Pastors David and Nicole Crank. And on behalf of Faith Church, we just want to take this moment to thank you, Mayor, civic leaders, and all the businesses represented here today for your generous efforts, especially for the contributions to the people of St. Louis who suffered during the May 16th tornado. And so as we honor you today, we'd like to start with the word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you this afternoon for this moment, for this gathering, and for this amazing city we call home. We lift up every person who was directly affected by the storm on May 16th. Bring comfort to those who are still grieving, hope to those still rebuilding, and peace to every neighborhood that was shaken. We thank you for the businesses and leaders represented in this room right now, the men and women who have used their resources and influence to stand up for people who may not have been able to stand for themselves. We were reminded in the book of Isaiah that when we spend ourselves on behalf of the hungry and the hurting, our light rises in the darkness. And today we have seen that light shining in St. Louis. Father, we pray blessing and abundance over these companies, their leaders and employees. May their success not only build businesses, but also build strong individuals that form strong families. And as we all know, lead to strong communities. May their example continue to inspire others to step up as they have and lead with courage, generosity, and compassion. And Lord, as we continue to rebuild, may we constantly keep you as our firm foundation. And may the light of the unity represented in this room today turn our hearts back to you. And it's in your Son's name, Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, Pastor Mark. At this luncheon, we have one rule. Leave your cell phones on. During lunch, we want you to tweet, trend, post selfies, congratulate the award winners, and the hashtag for this event is STLBizLunch. The Wi-Fi network and password are shown on your screen. Enjoy, everybody.
Thank you all for joining us for the 2025 Mayor's Celebration of Business Luncheon, powered by SLDC. The St. Louis Development Corporation is honored to partner with Mayor Cara Spencer to bring you today's celebration of the businesses and organizations who have uniquely contributed to the success of our city and whose presence is felt throughout the community. No matter the size of your company or organization or your contribution. The city is deeply appreciative, and we are thankful for all that you do. We appreciate your commitments to St. Louis and look forward to recognizing many of you today. On behalf of the entire SLDC team, I also want to thank everyone in the room today. Each of you is important to the climate of businesses and the success that we have in building St. Louis, and we're so glad you're here celebrating with us today. First, let me recognize our host and keynote speaker, who we'll hear from shortly, the Honorable Cara Spencer. Thank you, Mayor Spencer. Thank you, Mayor Spencer, for your vision and guidance, and under your leadership, we truly are working to ensure St. Louis is a city where all people can thrive. SLDC appreciates our partnership with our office and other offices and staff that have easily worked to turn our vision into reality. In addition to Mayor Spencer, I'd like to acknowledge all city, state, and federal officials and staff and cabinet members. And if you're representing them or if you are here, please stand and be recognized. I'd like to say a special thank you to President of the Board of Aldermen, Megan Green, and to Comptroller Donna Barringer and their staffs, along with all the members of the Board of Aldermen for all they do to make the city a better place to live and do business. Next, I'd like to show my gratitude to our partners in development, and that is the city and state economic development staff and the organizations that help us close so many development deals, especially our key local development partners. The St. Louis Economic Development Partnership, Greater St. Louis, Inc., Missouri Department of Economic Development, the Missouri Development Finance Board, and at all local departments, we would like to recognize the volunteer members of our city's economic development boards and authorities. And if you are a member of any of the 9 SLDC boards, that's St. Louis Development Corporation, the Port Authority, the Land Clearance and Redevelopment Authority, the Planned Industrial Expansion Authority, the Land Reutilization Authority, the Local Development Company, the Industrial Development Authority, PACE, or the EEZ Board, all 9 of them. If you're a member of one of those boards, please stand. Thank you for your commitment to moving development forward in St. Louis, and I know it is a thankless job, so please accept my appreciation for your continued service. I would be remiss if I didn't also acknowledge our interdepartmental partners at the Community Development Administration, the Planning and Urban Design Agency, the St. Louis Agency on Training and Employment, the Missouri Small Business Development and Human and Technology Centers, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the Affordable Housing Commission. Together, we are working to facilitate jobs and economic growth through an economic justice lens, and we value your partnerships. Last but certainly not least, please join me in recognizing my team, the talented and dedicated employees of SLDC. And I'm going to ask the SLDC folks to stand just so that you know that these are the folks that are the staff and host of today's luncheon. I want to thank you for your hard work every day, and especially on this special event. As you can see, it truly takes a village of corporate champions, neighborhood advocates, public officials, and economic development advocates to make and keep economic development strong in our region. At SLDC, we strive to not only promote economic development in our city, but also to understand that we cannot achieve our goals or build trust without taking concrete and actionable steps in the community and creating lasting relationships with the people in St. Louis. I will close with these thoughts about the impact of the May 16th tornado. That day, our city was tested in a way none of us could have ever imagined. An EF3 tornado tore through North St. Louis, leaving destruction in its path. We watched as our homes were damaged, neighborhoods upended, and hundreds of local businesses devastated. In just a few minutes, so many livelihoods were shaken. Families lost the places where they earned a living. Neighbors lost the stores, restaurants, and shops they relied on for years. It was a moment that reminded us of how fragile life and community can be. But just as quickly as the storm hit, something powerful began to happen. In the middle of heartbreak, we saw the very best of St. Louis shine through. Businesses stepped forward, not just to rebuild, particularly their own operations, but to lift up others. Some provided food, water, and shelter. Others offered supplies, trucks, or employees, and time to help clear debris. Restaurants opened their doors to first responders. Hardware stores handed out equipment, and countless small businesses, like are the backbone of our community, found a way to help their neighbors, even while struggling themselves. Now, this is the spirit of St. Louis, and when a storm tries to knock us down, we rise back up together. So today, I want to say thank you to the businesses who have already given so much in the aftermath of this tornado, and thank you to the small business owners who showed up for your communities, even while facing uncertainty yourselves. I want to thank you to the large employers who lent resources to the recovery effort, and thank you to every worker who rolled up their sleeves to help rebuild, even when your own families were affected. Now, I want to issue a challenge to all of us. Let's pledge to stand by these businesses, not just today, not just this week, but as long as it takes. We shop local, dine local, invest local, because every dollar spent here strengthens our recovery. I want to thank you, and may we continue to take care of one another as we move forward. Have a good day, and thank you all for coming.
On May 16th, the city of St. Louis faced one of its most challenging moments when a devastating EF3 tornado tore through our community, damaging thousands of homes, businesses, and neighborhood landmarks. In the face of destruction and uncertainty, countless individuals and agencies stepped forward with extraordinary courage, compassion, and dedication. We recognize and commend the first responders, our firefighters, police officers, and emergency personnel. We're grateful for the tireless efforts of local organizations whose rapid mobilization brought shelter, food, and vital resources to those displaced by the storm. We express our deep gratitude to utility crews and public works departments who worked around the clock to restore power, clear debris, and reopen essential services for our residents. We thank the countless volunteers, faith-based organizations, and community leaders who offer their time, talents, and hearts, providing meals, supplies, and comfort to neighbors in need. It is through this spirit of unity and service that St. Louis continues to move forward. The generosity, resilience, and compassion shown in those difficult days remind us of the strength we share as a community. Today, we extend our heartfelt thanks to every individual and organization who answered the call. Your actions made an immeasurable difference in the lives of thousands, and your commitment will forever be remembered as a shining example of what it means to truly serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our distinguished hostess of the 2025 Mayor Celebration of Businesses powered by SLDC Luncheon, Mayor Cara Spencer.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Mayor's Business Luncheon. This is an event that I enjoy every year, and I'm honored to be the host this year. But despite the title of the event, I hope you all feel that this is really the community's business luncheon. Before I dive into my remarks, I would really like to thank Otis Williams and the entire SLDC staff for putting this event on. Thank you. Of course, thank you to all of our sponsors for making this possible, and thank you all for being here this afternoon. And really, the big theme of today's luncheon this year is to say thank you. I think we all knew before this year that we have a great business community that really cares about St. Louis, our region, and everyone who lives here. But never in my life have I seen anything like the massive and continuous outpouring of support from both our business community and the community at large that have been really shown since the May 16th tornado. I mean it when I say that the business community began this support that same afternoon that the tornado tore a mile-wide path through the western limits of our city to the Mississippi River. It was shortly after I arrived at the Mobile Command Center at Del Mar and Kings Highway that day. A few members of my staff and I were grabbing every bottle in the Aldi's on that corner. That store was dealing with their own damage, but they immediately donated these supplies to our first responders without question. That was just the first of an unbelievable amount of support that poured from our businesses. Many of them, like that Aldi, were facing significant damage themselves. I visited a ton of locally owned restaurants like Tribe City on Natural Bridge that wasted no time in getting cookouts going and handing out free food to the thousands of St. Louisans who were suddenly made unable to prepare food themselves. We know that restaurants don't exactly work on enormous profit margins, and yet so many of them took on the task of feeding their neighbors at no charge when the need was most dire. And then there were the tons of contracting businesses that volunteered their staff, their expensive equipment, and their expertise right away to come in and help clear our roads, help our street and forestry departments. They achieved this in just a few days despite the massive amount of trees and debris blocking our roads. It was truly a Herculean task. And their quick work is what really enabled our first responders to continue the life-saving work and to help in a very significant way to ensure that Ameren and our utilities were able to get the downed electrical wires that were making our neighborhoods so dangerous off the roads. Thank you. I could go on with examples like these. But the truth is, I'm just so very grateful. I know we all are. St. Louis has become a testing ground for leaving disaster responses largely in the hands at the responsibility of local communities. And while it's clear that our nation, that no city in our nation can handle these types of disasters, these volume of destruction on their own without federal support, I cannot imagine where we'd be today without the enormous help of our business community and the community at large taking on a burden that, frankly, they shouldn't have to. So thank you to each one of you who has taken a part of this disaster response. I know each and every one of you have. A huge amount of work remains ahead of us, but if we continue to work together like I know we will, St. Louis will recover and we will be stronger than ever. Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to talk about some of the positive things that are happening, which will both help this recovery and help the St. Louis region and the business community overall. A week ago today, the long-awaited new National Geospatial Agency campus in the St. Louis Place neighborhood opened with quite a bit of fanfare. This is the largest ever federal investment in St. Louis, and keeping NGA and its 3,000 jobs right here in St. Louis is a massive win for our community, and that work was truly led by Otis and the team at SLDC. Thank you. I, along with many others, am determined to do even more with this. We have to leverage that massive investment into growth, in disinvested communities, and into the industries that can make our city even more successful. And while the city is taking important steps nearby, we are building the new 911 dispatch center right on the other side of Jefferson. We're constructing the 20th Street cycle track just a block east of NGA. We hope to connect the area, the region, with high-quality public transit and a multimodal infrastructure in the very near future. And it's no secret that there are many failed landlords who've been holding back that area for far too long and will continue to do so. And so the city is in negotiations right now to acquire over 100 properties in the area. And we know that that this is a blight on our community. We're negotiating in good faith there, and we believe that that is the right approach. But let me be clear. We do have options at our disposal. We will use them if absentee landlords continue to hold us hostage, because we want to see our community thrive. And on a positive note, I would like to continue the thanks for Otis Williams and the SLDC team for ensuring that the North City Commercial Corridor Grant Program is back on track. And we've got a vigorous vetting process in place to ensure that the funds from this program are allocated to the businesses and organizations that they were intended for. I believe in the purpose of those grants. And as you probably know, I had concerns about the initial lack of vetting. Nobody, least of all those that the grants are meant to help, benefits if the money goes to questionable organizations that might not even have a presence here in St. Louis. Now these funds can finally begin to make the impact that was intended. The need has never been greater. So I look forward to this program to spur much needed growth in North St. Louis. As I alluded to when I talked about NGA, my office is working closely with Bi-State Development to bring high-quality public transit into the Green Line corridor, connecting North St. Louis, both the north-south with our existing MetroLink network, and most importantly, with the opportunity that comes from easy access to the region. You may recall that I was a strong supporter of the north-south MetroLink light rail line, and I still absolutely love the idea and support light rail. But the original concept of a Green Line spanning from North County to South County is far from what the tax base that we have to support this can become. So I am committed to being honest about what we can achieve and then going after it 100%. And that's why I am excited to be working with Bi-State to determine what a multimodal bus rapid transit option could look like. This is a very preliminary answer to deliver a high-quality premier bus rapid transit system to our region, with more stations covering much larger area than the proposed Green Line would have, and quicker and at a fraction of the cost, because we know that with a lower cost, we could incorporate even more meaningful enhancements to the surrounding infrastructure, creating miles-long multimodal corridor, unlike anything that we currently have available in the region. It's this kind of project that can move our city forward, spur investment along the corridor, and which we have good reason to believe could secure the vital federal funding that is necessary to make a project of this magnitude possible. So I am truly excited about that investment in looking at BRT. Okay, from one hot potato to the next, let's talk about data centers. St. Louis is at the forefront of developing truly responsible regulations for data centers. Truly, cities across the United States are looking to St. Louis for what we're doing here. The reality is that data centers pull from our existing utility grid. They can be bad for the environment, and if they're inappropriately placed, they can even inhibit walkability and undermine the kind of urban living that we're seeking to promote. We know this, right? But it's also true that data centers are becoming an increasingly important to key industries, several key industries in St. Louis, including healthcare, ag tech, biotech, and more. They create jobs during construction, and they indirectly support jobs throughout our community in ways that are not even visible. They are an important part of the technology infrastructure that economies need to thrive. And that's why my office and the Board of Aldermen are working on a way forward that enables the permitting process to continue in a way that allows the city to make informed decisions while we take the next 5 months to develop thoughtful framework for incorporating data centers in the city's zoning and water codes and being a model for what cities across the nation can do. This is the kind of deliberate approach I will continue to take in the mayor's office. We want to move quickly, but most of all, we want to make the best possible decisions for our community as a whole, while in a thoughtful and nimble way that supports the business community. And speaking of growing as a business and the business community, how exciting is it that we're getting direct flights to London starting in April? This is such a big win for St. Louis, both for the regular folks like me who want to go to London and England and travel the rest of Europe, but especially for the businesses that now will be connected to one of the most and the top business centers on the planet. And just as importantly, the British industry now has convenient access to St. Louis because we have a ton of offer, the Brits and the rest of the European nations. So we're looking forward to that expansion here. We're a great place to visit, and we look forward to being that business partner. We're an innovative, we're affordable, and we're ready to collaborate across the pond. Pretty big win. And to help these international relationships, about a month ago, I was pleased to invite the World Trade Center to my office, alongside the Irish ambassador to the United States, Geraldine Byrne-Nason, and a few weeks later, we hosted the Portuguese ambassador, Francisco Durante Lopez, for another insightful conversation about how St. Louis can continue to benefit from the exchange of culture and commerce. And I look forward to many more discussions with trade partners from all over the world in coming months and years. There are a lot of people that deserve our thanks for making the direct connection to England a reality, including the St. Louis County Port Authority, Explore St. Louis, the World Trade Center, British Airways, and of course, the wonderful director of St. Louis Lambert International Airport, Rhonda Homdenbergy. Finally, and of course, all of you who want to fly to London, am I right? There are a few things that I want to mention. I want our city to start growing again. We've got a lot of work to do to address the almost 70 years of decline that our region has experienced. And we are serious about addressing the things that are holding us back. Here are a few things that we've done in recent months to make it easier, faster, and more cost-effective to build new housing in St. Louis. I've worked with the Board of Aldermen and signed into law several bills that do a few things. One, we've legalized accessory dwelling units. We've reduced minimum lot sizes, and we've relaxed occupancy regulations to make it possible for big families, particularly our foreign-born, to settle here in St. Louis. I've also issued an executive order removing barriers to repairing or rebuilding homes damaged by the tornado, and also speeding up our permitting process for citizens across the city. We're also in the process right now of getting our building permits online. You heard it. We are going to do it. You're going to be able to do it on the internet. Now, you're still welcome to come down to City Hall if you want to wait in line. I love waiting in line at City Hall. But if you want to do it online, we're going to make that possible in the very near future. And most importantly, I think, to our success, we've launched our city's first major overhaul of the zoning code since the 1950s. 1950s. It is well past time that we bring our zoning regulations into the 21st century. 25 years in, we're good. We're good. We're going to make it. And we're going to make it easier to build and grow. This can completely change the framework in which we build, setting up St. Louis for the type of growth we haven't seen in a century. And I see many members of our zoning and our planning department here today. Thank you for your enormous work on this. This work has never been more important than it is now, and nowhere will these reforms be more impactful than in the neighborhoods impacted by the tornado. Rebuilding will, of course, be a long, very long journey, but by taking these steps now, we are laying a foundation and doing it well and keeping as many people as possible in their neighborhoods in St. Louis. We cannot do this without a strong business community, and all of you have already shown your commitment to St. Louis during the most challenging time our city has seen in generations. I am so grateful for what the business community has done, continues to do, especially in your own times of need when you're facing your own hardships. You have really shown what you're made of, what we're made of as a city, and you have given me and all of us the confidence we need to rebuild and the confidence that we all know that our days, our best days, are ahead of us. So thank you everyone for coming out. I hope you enjoy the luncheon. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mayor Spencer, and one more time for Mayor Cara Spencer. All right, in just a little bit, it'll be time for us to recognize our 2025 Mayor's Celebration of Business honorees. So award winners, as you hear your category being introduced, please quickly come to the stage. The Business Celebration Awards are our way of showing our appreciation for the contributions of the city business community. We're very grateful for all of the businesses that chose to call the city of St. Louis home. So let's begin with our 2025 Businesses of the Year.
So the name of my business is Greater Health Pharmacy and Wellness. It's the only Black-owned pharmacy in the state of Missouri.
Scale AI is a humanity-first AI company. We're headquartered in St. Louis. Our work lays the groundwork for AI innovation with customers ranging from autonomous vehicle companies to some of the world's most advanced AI labs.
The thing that differentiates our business from others is we care about every single customer who walks through our door. We don't care what background you come from, what socioeconomic status, what religion, what country of origin. We give you the best service and make sure that you leave with the best quality of life you can have.
We picked St. Louis because of its proximity to some of our key government partners. This has been the ideal location because of its incredible talent pool and a work ethic that's second to none.
We chose the Del Mar Divine as a location for our flagship store because it's significant and symbolic for bringing the community together.
What this award really is, it's not a recognition of the company or the company's reputation. It's really about the incredible 250 people that are on our team that come to work every single day, dedicated to fulfilling our mission-critical needs of our country.
Man, we are so excited to be recognized as Business of the Year, because what it means is that as our community is embracing us, the community is embracing our work ethic.
What we want to see come out of this is proving to the world that the intersection of AI and national security is right here in St. Louis, in the heartland of our country.
For us to get honored as Business of the Year is absolutely the coolest thing we could imagine.
Our first Business of the Year honoree is Greater Health Pharmacy and Wellness. Greater Health is a radically inclusive, culturally responsive pharmacy focused on providing quality, patient-centered care for all people. The flagship location of this pioneering pharmacy is located on the ground floor of the Del Mar Divine and is committed to revolutionizing the way we approach, talk about, and treat healthcare in St. Louis. Please join me in congratulating Greater Health Pharmacy and Wellness. Our next Business of the Year honoree is Scale AI. Just 4 years after opening its downtown office on Washington Avenue, Scale AI is expanding into the historic Post building with a new state-of-the-art AI center. The company's presence in St. Louis is part of the city's emergence as a center of gravity for national security, one forged from human capital and high-fidelity data. Please join us in congratulating Scale AI. Our next 2025 Mayor's Business Awards luncheon category is for Community Champion honorees. Let's see our honors video.
I was walking down the street at Martin Luther King. The banker looked at me and says, "You can't make this happen." I got a phone call, and that phone call that I received was the St. Louis City land reutilization.
Gateway Global is actually an education and workforce development organization, and its purpose is to educate, train, upskill youth and young adults in areas of geospatial intelligence, geographic information systems, human geography and data analytics, and now also cybersecurity.
They called me and said, "Ms. Foster, if you would consider placing your business at this particular spot, we could see what we could do to make it worth your while." That's how I got on this corner. The building is state of the art, and we are in this community, and I understand we are the first new facility to be built from the ground up in years.
We're in Hyde Park. It's very important to me that we had facilities that were located in the community.
There's people in the community that you're going to serve. This does not say this is you, Ozella Foster. This is simply a facility that serves people in need.
To receive this award from SLDC and the City of St. Louis is a tremendous honor to me because I dedicate 16 hours a day, sometimes more, to working really hard at creating a world-class program.
I'm grateful. I'm honored to even be thought of by the City of St. Louis Development.
Our first honoree is Gateway Global, a tech-based workforce development, training, and apprenticeship management organization which helps youth and young adults get the skills and credentials they need for career pathways related to defense, intelligence, and U.S. critical infrastructure. It is the only organization in the United States accredited by the United States Geospatial Intelligence Foundation to train and credential in geospatial intelligence at the high school level, which includes recent high school graduates. Let's give them a round of applause. Our next champion honoree is Ozella Foster Funeral Services, a family-owned funeral home located on Dr. Martin Luther King Drive in St. Louis, Missouri, dedicated to providing compassionate, professional, and personalized end-of-life services. Founded and led by licensed funeral director Ozella J. Foster, the business offers traditional funerals, cremations, memorials, and pre-planning services, with a strong commitment to dignity and care for families during their most difficult times. In recent years, the funeral home has expanded with a new state-of-the-art facility that includes a chapel, morgue, and larger gathering space made possible through both private investment and community support. Beyond serving grieving families, Ozella J. Foster Funeral Services also plays an important role in reinvesting in North St. Louis, contributing to the area's economic development and establishing a lasting legacy of service and community care. Please join us in congratulating Mrs. Ozella J. Foster.
All the time. Thank you.
Lovely. Nice to meet you.
You
Congratulations. At this time, we will now recognize our developments of the year. Let's take a look at the video.
Millipore Sigma is a science and technology company. We make a lot of the biotech tools that go into research, and then we also make products that end up in either medicines or targeted cancer therapies.
Arise Distribution is a wholesale distributor of medical supplies and devices. We carry over 300,000 products that we distribute to hospitals, clinics, pharmacies, any healthcare facility.
The development we're excited about is actually the floor below us now, and it is a manufacturing site for antibodies. It is adding about 150 new roles.
We decided to locate in North City because it's central to what the community that we want to build.
At our South Campus, we have a production facility that we are expanding. And this project is bringing 170 new jobs to our South Campus, and it is a $76 million investment.
The development that we're looking to do is going to be in this area here. We're looking to do a 5,000 square foot facility. It'll be state-of-the-art manufacturing facility, and the project cost will be $6.2 million. We are anticipating hiring 40 people over the next 5 years.
What we are doing is true to our commitment to building out St. Louis and supporting St. Louis as a biotech thriving ecosystem here in St. Louis.
We're excited that other people are seeing the value in what we're trying to do, and it gives us more wind behind our backs to go forward and keep doing what we're trying to do.
Millipore Sigma is the U.S. and Canadian life science business of Merck KGaA and operates as a leading global provider of tools, services, and technologies for scientific research, biotechnology, and pharmaceutical development. Millipore Sigma's St. Louis office serves as one of the company's major hubs for research, manufacturing, and distribution, supporting scientists, healthcare innovators, and biotech companies across the region and around the world. With a strong presence in the Cortex innovation community and facilities throughout the metro area, the St. Louis team contributes to advancing life science discoveries through cutting-edge products, technical expertise, and sustainable solutions. This local footprint not only drives innovation in pharmaceutical and biotechnology development, but also anchors Millipore Sigma as a key employer and community partner in St. Louis, reinforcing the city's reputation as a growing center for bioscience and technology. Please join me in recognizing Arise Distribution, LLC, a St. Louis-based medical supply distributor specializing in durable medical equipment, surgical products, and hospital essentials with plans to expand into pharmaceuticals and specialty products by 2026. The company is investing $6.2 million to grow its operations and create 40 new jobs in the region, positioning itself as a key player in healthcare logistics and distribution. By focusing on procurement, storage, and efficient delivery, Arise Distribution aims to provide hospitals, clinics, and healthcare providers with reliable access to critical equipment and supplies while preparing to launch manufacturing of medical textiles and other specialty product lines. All right, at this time, we will now recognize our Developers of the Year.
Most of what we do is find the interesting buildings in St. Louis, historic buildings in our wonderful neighborhoods, and make them new again.
So, I mean, there's been several $1 billion of investment happening in downtown in the last 5 years. And now we're not the only guys down here investing money, we're investing with a bunch of other people.
So we think of ourselves as a mission-oriented developer. We're really trying to create value in the neighborhoods, build community, raise St. Louis's prestige nationally, make it attractive for young people, take neighborhoods that have disinvestment and add investment.
We've got 6 Chord here at 10th Street. We then have Vanguard, and it used to be the Copia space right next to Vanguard. We own B-Hat Lofts across the street, which has Rooster in it. Down the street, we've got Bogan Lofts and Ventana Lofts. a lot of loft buildings.
We wanted to be in downtown St. Louis. We feel like that is the core of the region. That's the face of St. Louis to the world. We believe that downtown needs to be vibrant for people who come to St. Louis to go to wherever they came from and say St. Louis has got some vibe going to it, it's got energy, it's beautiful, it's clean, and we want to be part of that.
It was pretty exciting to hear that people are recognizing that what we are doing, I think, is impactful. There is good momentum happening in downtown. There's incredible momentum happening on Wash Ave, and I think it's a recognition of what can be done when we really focus on operations, strategic capital, strategic investment, and repositioning a whole neighborhood.
Well, we want to walk the talk, so that's why we stay downtown.
Oliver Properties of St. Louis is being recognized for its outstanding leadership and transformative impact on the city's real estate landscape. Led by Alex Oliver, the firm is a vertically integrated investment development and property management company specializing in value-add multifamily, mixed-use, and retail properties. Oliver Properties has distinguished itself by revitalizing underperforming assets through strategic acquisitions, thoughtful renovations, and operational enhancements. Notable projects include the renovation of the 6 Court Apartments at 1000 Washington Avenue, retail investments along Washington Avenue, including the proposed 1122 Washington Avenue Food Hall, and the acquisition of additional apartment buildings in downtown parking lots. By managing hundreds of units and tens of thousands of square feet of mixed-use space, Oliver Properties exemplifies a commitment to enhancing neighborhoods, creating generational wealth, and delivering exceptional value to investors. Please join me in congratulating New and Found, a real estate development and investment firm based in St. Louis as well. The company offers a comprehensive suite of services, including financing, site selection, design, construction, and management, aiming to provide turnkey real estate solutions that unlock long-term value for corporate partners. New and Found specializes in various sectors such as adaptive reuse, healthcare, hospitality, entertainment, and food halls. Their approach focuses on transforming overlooked and undervalued properties into vibrant, community-centered spaces. And at this time, we will now recognize our Good Neighbor Award winners. We will start with Ward 1, Sugar Witch. Congrats to Sugar Witch. We're going to bring up to the stage Ward 2, JJ Twiggs, Southampton. Ward 3, Sign of the Times tattoo. Congratulations. Thank you. Ward 4, Humane Society of Missouri. Ward 5, Rick's Ace Hardware. Ward 6, the Gallery Pub. Ward 7, Greenfinch Theater and Dive. Congratulations. Ward 8, Spoonful of Sugar. Ward 9, Steve's Hot Dogs.
It's crazy.
Bye, congratulations. Ward 10, Delmar Main Street. Ward 11, Mission St. Louis. Ward 12, Northside Community Housing. Ward 13, The City Events LLC. Congratulations. And last but not least, Ward 14, Crown Candy Kitchen. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Let's give all of our Good Neighbor Award honorees another big round of applause. Congratulating all the award winners of the 2025 Mayor Celebration of Business powered by SLDC Luncheon. Okay.
Thank you all for coming out today. What a truly special year, such a heartfelt year for our business community and our community as a whole. Thank you all for all that you've done for St. Louis over the last 5 months and continue to do. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you again next year. Thank you.